This is setting the pace on technology and innovation as well. Let's keep the energy going. Let's get Rajan and Anandan up to the stage. MD for Sequoia, India and Southeast Asia. Can we clap these gentlemen as I say their names? Amit Kumar, Director, Google Cloud India. Good to see you. Abhimanyu Munjal, CEO, MD of HeroFinCorp, and Dr. Saurabh Garg, CEO of UIDAI. Next to me, we've got Rajan. You're there. Brilliant, brilliant, and brilliant. Everyone in the right place? Yes. Saurabh at the end. How are we doing, gentlemen? Awesome. Feeling good? Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. Gentlemen, let's get you in the right seat. So we've got Rajan next to me, then Amit. Yeah. Oh no, it's. That's right. Rajan first, then Dr. Sarg, excuse me, then Amit, and then Abhimanyu at the end. There you go.
Abhimanyu and then Amit.
There you go. We're fine. We've got it all in the right place. Okay, good stuff. Gents, how are we doing?
Fabulous.
Yeah? Feeling good? Feeling pumped up?
Can't wait to ride those trains.
Yes, ride those. They're amazing, aren't they? Rajan, you're there. Great to see you. Whoa. We talked a lot about the startup system there with the minister. What is it? Just paint that picture for me, Rajan. What's it like? How vibrant right now, from where you're sitting, is the startup ecosystem in India right now?
Yeah, it's a very interesting time in startup land around the world, and a similar dynamic in India. I'd say, look, I'd start with the headline, which is, it's a great time to build, and it's a great time to invest. Now, that seems quite counter to what you read in the media. There's a funding winter.
Yeah.
Banks are in trouble.
Which is the truth, but it's not holding India back. That's what you're saying.
No, not at all, right? I think, look, what we've seen in India today is a couple of things, right? One, there is a slowdown in late stage funding. So if you're trying to raise a Series B, C, or D, or pre-IPO. However, the early stage market, which is seed and venture, so if you're trying to raise $500,000, $5 million, $10 million, that market continues to be very vibrant. Yeah. So that's one. I think second is, what's exciting us is the quality of the entrepreneurs, Mark. Every year continues to just get better, right? Because what we're seeing now is, if you go back a decade, the first Indian unicorn was 2011, that was in Mobi, right? And now we have over 100 unicorns. And what that has created is a talent pool, right? Where new entrepreneurs now actually come with a lot of experience. They understand problems deeply, they've seen scale, they've been in these startups for 3, 4, 5, in some cases 10 years. So one, the quality of entrepreneurs is getting better. I think the second thing that's very interesting is we've seen this Cambrian explosion of opportunities in India, right, across every sector. Third, I think 40% of new seed-funded companies, so seed is between $500,000 and $5 million. If you look at new seed-funded companies in India in the year 2022, 40% of them are building for the world from day zero.
Yeah.
So it's not just India, but building for the world. And I'd say the last thing really is the emergence of what we are calling hard tech. These are deep tech companies that have IP that combine software with some aspects of hardware, right? So, for instance, the minister talked about semiconductors. Sequoia in India, our firm, we've made our first 2 semiconductor investments. And if you had asked me 2 years ago, would we make a semiconductor investment in India, I'd have to sort of pause.
Things have changed.
But
quickly,
today, things have changed, and they're just one of the many sectors. So I'd say it's a very, very interesting time.
Yeah.
It's not easy, right? Especially if you're a company trying to raise growth financing today, it's not very easy. But the reality is, look, last year in the first 7 months, India dedicated funds like ourselves, I see Karan here from BCAP, Axel, Lightspeed, and many others, raised over $7 billion. So there's actually no shortage of capital, but the bar has gone up.
Saurabh, let's get you involved. You, of course, CEO of the Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI. How are you driving? Just let the audience know. And for those overseas who don't know much about this wonderful digital identity system, how are you driving tech innovation in India?
Just to give a very, very brief introduction of what the Unique Identity...
Can you hear? No. Got a problem with the mic. Let's try that again. Sorry, Saurabh. Maybe we could bring up a handheld mic, because there seems to be a problem. Wait 1 second, Saurabh. Wait 1 second. Could we just bring up a handheld mic? Try once more, Saurabh. Yeah, it definitely doesn't work. Let's bring up our handheld mic. Saurabh, stay there. You're not going anyway. I'm going to come back to you because the clock is ticking, and it scares me when the clock is ticking. Abhimanyu, you're doing amazing things with India's next generation ultra lean credit champion. I love that. How are you utilizing your role to promote tech, to promote services in India's financial services industry?
Yeah, so I think tech is helping us promote access to financial services in the country. It's actually inverse, right? We are not promoting tech. Tech and data analytics is helping us give access to the underserved. And at HeroFinCorp, our purpose is to empower every Indian's dream of upward mobility. So to give you an example, 10 years back when we started the business, we used to take about an hour to process a loan. Today we do 6 loans a minute, right? So tech has actually enabled this shift. And we are able to cater to individuals who don't have access to the formal financial services. 70% of our portfolio is new to credit. There's no credit history. So using AI and data, getting alternate data to actually go to evaluate creditworthiness, we are actually boosting consumption. I'm of a firm belief that India's trading up, right? And India will trade up as the GDPs start growing. And there are consumption needs of each individual. So I believe tech, data, analytics is actually helping Indians uplift their lifestyle and really trade up to the next level, from two-wheelers to cars to homes to consumption, the whole story.
Yeah. Saurabh, let's get that mic up. Let's see if
Yes,
it works. Let's start that question again. How are you at UIDAI? How are you driving tech innovation in India?
Yeah. So if I can just say, Aadhaar, we have reached a stage where 100% of adult residents in the country have an identity which is Aadhaar. And this is an identity which is verifiable anytime, anywhere. And we are doing about 70 million authentications every day. So this is what is really driving a lot of the kind of work that was talked about on the credit enablement. We are getting the banking system on board so that the first element of that trust, which is to be able to identify who that person is with whom they are doing the transaction, that can be done. And I would say this is, in fact, the basis of the digital public infrastructure and the India stack, which the minister was mentioning in the previous session, is what we can do to ensure that something which is open source, something which is scalable, which is interoperable, which is affordable, and which can be accessed by people who are not literate. For example, the authentication of Aadhaar can be done using a fingerprint or the face. And there's also another, the Bhashini, which is being developed, so that a voice-based enablement can be done from any language which that person speaks. So that's the kind of focus, how to onboard people who are at the bottom of the pyramid and how they can seamlessly be able to use products and other services which the different startups and private sector can offer.
Yeah, let's keep on the subject of startups. Amit, you're at the end. Good to see you. You're far away, but it's fine. It's not a problem. Tell us how Google is helping startups in India solve problems, because we're all about solving problems here at the India Global Forum. How are you doing it at Google? Not just in cloud, but as an entire entity. How are you helping solve startups' problems?
First of all, Mark, good morning, and thank you for having me here. I think the spirit of this event was very well described to me when I saw the minister running to stage to do his kickoff, and the honorable minister gave such an amazing session. I think this is the new India, and as Rajan mentioned, there's a lot of startup action and hustle happening in the country. Coming to Google's role in that, I think there are two aspects. One is the tech aspect, wherein cloud basically plays an enabling role to startups. We help them think about their businesses while we run their setups. And scalable, reliable, secure ways. But at the end of the day, startups are all about solving problems. And you know, the kind of problems that we see getting solved today using cloud and using other technologies is just amazing. People are evolving from just running basic services to now talking about how do we improve customer journeys, how do we improve customer onboarding, how do we make customer journeys end-to-end more seamless. We have customers in the Bharat environment who are basically serving the broader India, and there's a lot of work we are doing along with them around creator economy, around helping people find jobs. We have customers in the agriculture business who are thinking about crop protection. We have customers in health tech thinking about how to improve healthcare using cloud. And there's a lot of that spectrum. I could keep going on and on and on. But I think the biggest, I would say the topical conversation today is how do we help our startup customers monetize?
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are thinking about making money, and the whole funding winter is about startups making more money. And I think that's where Google can bring in a very unique approach of all of our assets in the consumer businesses. So there's many examples I can give you where we are sitting down with our
examples.
startups.
We love examples. Examples. As we always used to say at Bloomberg, names make news. Give us names. Give us examples.
So give you examples of some of our customers. Everyone's here heard about ShareChat. ShareChat has about 200 million users, an amazing sort of video platform. We help them with their recommendation engines. We have a company by the name of Purple, a customer by the name of Purple that sells beauty products to customers in tier 3 and tier 4 cities. We have Apna Time as an example that is a sort of a LinkedIn for blue collar jobs, customers like that. And I think the topical conversation back to the thing I was saying is a lot of our startups are thinking about how do they address customers and how do they actually make money. And I think that's where a lot of examples of helping customers think about advertising. You have digital assets, how do you convert them into money?
Yeah.
And at this stage, I won't give you a name because we're still working with many of the startups, but there's a lot of interesting use cases there.
Yeah. I want to come back to what you said, Rajan, a little bit earlier about the quality of the founders improving dramatically. You're a founder, you're in a startup. What are the qualities, at Sequoia, what are the qualities you're looking for? And how have those qualities evolved in this difficult backdrop? But you say that backdrop isn't stopping things. It's a thriving ecosystem. But still, what are the qualities you're looking for in those founders?
Yeah, I think, look, basically 50% of investments that we make at the early stage are pre-launch companies. In many of those 50% of our investments, not a single line of code is written, right? So essentially, it's a founder bet, and you believe in sort of the markets they're going after. So what do we look for? Look, we look for founders who have very deep insight of the problem that they're going to solve. You don't have to have a founding team, but if there are two, then we're looking for complementary skills. So let's say a great product manager and a great engineer, or maybe it's a great go-to-market founder with a great engineering founder. So we're looking for the set of skills. So one is insight. Second is sort of these functional skills that give you the ability to launch, iterate, and then hopefully build out the company. I think the third thing we're really looking for is storytelling. I think you come from the world of storytelling, and I think a lot of founders underestimate the power of storytelling, right? So I can't tell you, every day I have a simple thing. Between 3 to 4 new companies I meet, every single day. And there is a dramatic difference between the founders who can tell their story versus the one that just can't. And by the way, if you can't storytell, you only have one strategy, which is you better have insanely good metrics. Insanely good metrics.
Which many don't have because they haven't even begun their journey, I guess.
And early stages, right?
Yeah.
Because you're early stage. So I think those, and then lastly, look, we're looking for resilience. Look, the reality is it takes 10 to 15 to 20 years to build an enduring company. Along the way, we did the analysis, Mark. On average, a startup has 5 near-death moments. You run out of money, your co-founder leaves you, your competitor launches with like a $200 million funding round, they discount the hell out of it so that you can't really compete anymore. These are all near-death moments, right? So on average, so basically resilience becomes very, very important. So we're trying to understand, look at somebody's background and say, is this a founding team that's going to stay together, go through 5 near-death moments, and make it through the chasm? So those are the sort of things we look for.
Saurabh, we've got a minute each, gentlemen. Time is too short here. We need longer panels, but we're giving you so much content and so much added value today. Saurabh, what advice would you give to other countries? We're talking about India setting the pace here, looking to implement a similar digital identity system to Aadhaar.
I think a lot will depend on the stage at which each country is in their digital journeys. And definitely anything which is to be implemented, as I mentioned, the basic principles that we have used is of interoperability, affordability, and scalability. I think these 3 principles are key to anything, and the focus has to be that any such activities have to support 2 major issues, developing trust and increasing productivity. So those tools, those infrastructure, those digital products which build these two will really act as a further base for further economic growth.
Trust is massive. To you, Abhimanyu, what's important going forward? It's cybersecurity, lower operating costs, and of course, increasing personalization. How are you going on that journey?
I think going forward, we are in an era of quantum leap, like the minister said. We're going to move from phygital for Bharat to actually completely digital. And we'll do this via embedded finance. I know it's being used a lot, but we're actually going to democratize credit, and I'm sure other players of the marketplace will democratize financial services by really giving access to the financial services at the point of sale of product or services. So we'll embed ourselves using data analytics, using business rule engines into a product and service. And I think that's the way forward to actually give access to financial services to the next billion people in the country.
And Amit, on the subject of costs, how is Google helping startups with money on the costs front, cost and optimization?
I think it's a very topical conversation these days, Mark, because a lot of our customers are hearing from the VCs about, or from the investors about how to save costs.
Right answer is free.
So what we do with these customers is we sit down with them and look at, once again, both landscapes. The first simple landscape is the tech optimization. Whatever you do as a startup, you sometimes don't necessarily look at, while you're growing, and especially when you're growing rapidly, you don't look at how you grow and you don't look at optimization. So I think the job that we do on a day-to-day basis is sit down with our founders and help them optimize their costs through tech optimization, through system optimization, through looking at how to architect their networks and their cloud setups. And I think the second aspect is, again, a lot of FinOps training and sitting down with customers around FinOps and helping them optimize their cloud spends. Because if they do that, they make more money and they grow faster. So it is a very, very important topical conversation today.
Right. Is Zain here, by the way? Zain Ravji, table 4. Are you here, Zain? You're going to just say a quick, this is our first floor intervention. Are you here, Zain? Oh, brilliant. Get a mic to Zain. Zain, give us 40 seconds just of spice and juice from what you've heard, how inspired you feel after that. Let's get a mic to Zain. Go for it. Give that man a microphone. You haven't got one on you, have you? Give that man a microphone. Where are you? Where's the mic? Where's the mic? No mics. Come on, guys. Where's the mic? Where's that? Zain, just shout. Yeah, can't hear. Here it is. We're running out of time. I'm the time police. Give that man a mic. Okay, good stuff.
Good morning, Mark. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes, loud and clear. Yes, this question is for Mr. Amit Kumar from Google Cloud. We have heard of Amazon and Microsoft making a lot of investments in India, in Hyderabad especially, and keeping India's data within India. I wanted to ask you, with Google being one of the biggest companies here in India, are we planning to set up shop as big as the other companies in India, or do we have a strategy?
A short answer, Google already has a fair amount of data center investments in India, and we are actually the only cloud provider to have a cloud in 3 different zones, 2 seismic zones in India, so in Delhi and Mumbai. And we have a fairly large cloud presence in India. Answer is yes.
Thank you. And do we have any strategy to increase our footprint in pan-India?
All the time. That's what I do.
Oh, great. And a small quick question for Mr. Rajan from Sequoia. Are we also investing in physical digital infrastructure assets, or mostly tech companies and software companies like you were mentioning?
Yeah, I think, look, I'll tell you, in our current surge cohort, which is our early stage program, we have a company called Metastable. It's a recycling company focused on lithium-ion batteries. You'll hear from us in a couple of weeks. We'll announce a new investment in the green hydrogen space, which is a specific piece of equipment that actually is quite, it's a 10x product from what you see out in the market. So short answer is absolutely. I think hardware is the new software, and we think that India's time has come.